All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of the Boardroom interview. And who do we have with us today?
It's your girl Rose.
How you doing, Rose?
Doing pretty good. Glad to be here.
So, tell us, where you from?
Born in Virginia. Stayed there till I was 7, so I don't really remember much. My parents moved to Georgia when I was 7. We stayed in South Fulton County pretty much all my life. I was raised in Fairburn, Union City, College Park. I used to walk up and down Old National to go to work.
You used to walk up and down Old National?
Yes, to go to work. I used to work at the Zaxby's off of Old National and South Fulton Parkway, I believe. Yeah, so didn't have a car at the time. I was like 16, 17, so.
You ain't had no problems going up and down the net?
I had to get that money, right? Shit. Had to get to work some kind of way.
So how was it growing up, in Georgia? Coming out of Virginia.
Well, I actually grew up many places, so I do have, I guess, some opinions, and I don't remember much about Virginia. Only thing I can tell you is that every Halloween we had trash bags full of candy. That's the only thing I remember. But as far as living in Atlanta, I mean, it's all I know. I stayed in New York for a little bit. I lived in St. Thomas, the Virgin Islands, for a year.
I know that was nice.
It was nice, but I lived there just to start school on time early because I had a late birthday. So I was in kindergarten. So don't remember much. Just remember going to the beach a lot. But yeah, Atlanta's all I know. I love it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So tell us, what are you doing in the city right now? You all grown up. You know what I mean? What you doing in the city right now?
What is there not to do in the city? I'm really just trying to take advantage of all opportunities that come my way that fit me and my path, not just jumping into anything, but things that actually have some sort of passion and interest in. I got into Airbnbs about 2 years ago, rental properties, like the rental arbitrage, just connecting with different people who have trouble with renting out their own properties. So I would jump in, help them keep it rented out, help them keep it booked, they'll make money, and then they pay me, so we all making money. What else do I get into? I have my podcast, of course, The Pink Mic. Get into a lot of stuff with that, talking about life, motivation, just the trials and tribulations that you go through, how you get through them, different tactics, things like that. I model. So if you need a little girl for your video, holla at me. Video vixen. Most importantly, I do clothing brand modeling. That's my main thing. I actually have on my friend's jacket right now. It's actually a whole set, but Urban Dwellers is what he calls himself. What else? We got modeling, rentals, personal training. Yeah, I personal train up in Cobb County. Got me 10, 15 clients, just helping them reach their goals, I guess. That's another passion that I have because a while ago, probably about 5 years ago, I got my own personal trainer. He got me into fitness, made me fall in love with it, so I just like helping other people do the same. So
you seem like you do a lot. How do you keep yourself balanced from day to day?
Talking to God, man, because, things do get overwhelming at times, and at times I do feel like, am I doing the right things? Am I doing too much? But as long as I continue to work within my passions, things I'm really passionate about, it always works. It always makes a way. Even if I have to, sit down my rental properties for a month to focus on my personal training, or if I need to sit down my personal training for a month or two to focus on my modeling. As long as I'm slowly but surely feeding each and every one of my passions, it happens. Sometimes you can't do everything all at once or do everything just in general. Sometimes you do have to put some things on the back burner, but as long as you don't give up, voila. Magic. Yeah.
So what are some of the things that you probably experienced as a kid that I don't want to say some of the things. I want to ask, what is a lesson that you learned as a kid that you still carry with you today? Like something you will never forget.
Just as quickly as you get something, you can lose it just as quick, if not faster. So you just gotta, I remember to just be grateful for everything that I have, everything that I had, everything that I'm going to get, and just be grateful, be happy for the moments that are here because you don't know when they're going to be gone. And don't be sad when they leave either. Just be happy you had to experience it. Just move on with life.
That's for real. So what are some of the challenges that you experience? You're in a couple of different industries, but what is something that you could say is in all of them? Like a challenge that you experience in all of them, no matter what industry it is.
No matter what industry, the main...
Or you could give us one in each.
Actually, I have one for you.
Let's do that.
And I know a lot of people can relate to it, but it's consistency. Without being consistent, without, like I said, even if you drop a project for a month, you got to pick back up on it. As long as you're picking back up on it, you got to. You got to. Consistency is the hardest thing to do. Being disciplined is the hardest thing to do, but once you do it and it becomes a habit and it's in you, shit is just endless at that point.
And what's some of the challenges you experience as a model? Or have you had none? What is a dislike? Put it like that.
A dislike. With modeling, overcoming stereotypes and prejudiceness, just because I am a model and just because, I might be half naked with 5 other females, that doesn't mean I'm that stereotypical female. It doesn't mean, that my values are, you get what I'm trying to say, don't paint me based off what I do, Like
a stripper.
Yeah, like don't treat me like I'm a throwaway based off, how I decide to make my money. Type shit.
Type shit?
Type shit.
Yeah. So what's the plans, man, the next 5 months? Where do you see yourself at? What do you see going up for you?
5 months?
Yeah.
It's the summertime. First of all, I know I'm gonna be outside. I know I'm gonna be paid. But 5 months.
I mean, with all those things you got going on, you definitely gonna be paid.
Oh yeah, for sure. 5 months. I mean, so many things can happen in 5 months. Even if I have a plan, who knows if God's plan is different? That's another lesson I've learned throughout my life is that God will laugh at you and your plans right in your face the moment you make them. Nothing really goes as planned for me. I just got to go with the flow. But I see myself very successful. Personal training is definitely something that I love, but it's not something that I see myself continuing to do within the next year. So I see myself cutting back on that in 5 months, focusing more on my modeling career, getting out there, doing more shows, being more consistent with my podcast, posting every week, being as open as I can with whoever decides to view me and follow me and be about me and my emotion. And yeah, just continuing to excel in all the things that I do.
How do you feel about politics right now in America?
I don't watch the news. I'm not really a news watcher. I know I should, but I don't involve myself in worldly matters as serious as they are right now, especially with the war still going on between Russia, Ukraine, and the U.S. getting involved. It is a bit scary. It is a bit scary, but I mean, what can I do about it? I'm not gonna go over to Russia, talk to whatever his name is, tell him to chill out. He ain't gonna listen to me, so.
I mean, you young enough to go, get you some.
Stop playing with me. I mean, I just can't. I don't involve myself in things that I have no control over. That's a waste of energy, wasting my time, I'd rather focus on things I can control. Focus on things that I can, inhibit the change on.
What is your idea of a perfect date?
Casamigos. We definitely gotta have the Casamigos. Wherever we going, there has to be liquor involved. I'm telling you. And I'm not even an alcoholic for real, but I mean, if
for the vibe, right?
For the vibes. Like, I know how to have a good time without alcohol, but be fucking for real. Perfect date. Definitely something activity based. I'm a very active person. I don't like to sit still. Like, I don't do movie dates. That's not my thing. I mean, we go to the movies. I like watching a movie, but be more creative than that. Some kind of activity. I love bowling because I'm really good at it. I love pool. Don't know why to play pool anymore. I love to play pool. Any kind of activity, you know. Never been golfing. What is it called? Like a putt kind of thing. Never did that. I love Andretti's. Main event is cool. It's kind of played out. Andretti's is way better. Yeah. Gotta be food, obviously, because we're gonna be drinking.
I know. It sounds like, fellas, it sounds like if you got food and Casamigo.
What? And a good time? Maybe a couple games? Oh, Call of Duty. If we could find a spot where it's kind of like Andretti's, but everybody's like playing video games, that would be dope. With a bar in that bitch.
Oh.
I'm about to start that shit. Like, what is it? Plot number 5. Streaming income number 5.
Well, y'all know where to find me when she started. I'm gonna be at the spot.
Pull up.
Hopefully she got me a nice little section I can chill
I
in.
was just about to say that. We can have sections and all that. What's up?
You know what I'm saying? So, what brings you to this point, man? I mean, you know, it's clearly been a journey for you. From model to basic, I say basic trainer. That might be a sign. You might need to go to basic training since you want to sit there and basic train everybody.
Yesterday, literally.
Might want to get you something.
Michael close to the mic. I literally told somebody I gained a new client. He was in the Navy. You know, I was making a short conversation about the Navy.
Why I was like, short?
You know, cause I mean, I don't know much about it, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was like, if I could go to basic training just to like get really, 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 really in shape and then get out the army, I'd do that. He's like, oh, well, you can't. It was just funny you said that I should do basic training.
I can't believe she
joined
said
no fucking army.
We're not gonna put this in the interview. She's so disrespectful.
What'd I say?
So tell us, what a little girl that's looking up to you, what kind of advice would you give her about life?
Do you, boo-boo? Don't worry about these little boys. I'm trying to get away from saying niggas. I'm trying to get away from saying that. But men, they ain't ready for that word yet. So don't worry about the little boys, you know. Focus on you, focus on your education, focus on your money, because the niggas will always be around. They will always be around, girl. I'm telling you. You can't turn your head without seeing 3 of them. So put that on the back burner and worry about you first.
You sound like a modern woman.
And what is that supposed to mean?
Okay, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
You didn't want to knock niggas or men, right? But to me, telling someone you don't need one and all of this and all of that sounds pretty modern to me. Like,
you're hearing what you want to hear.
No, y'all heard it, right? Okay.
I didn't say nothing about you don't need a man. It's just, as a little girl, that's just not something you should be focused on.
You're right.
Why are you, what is it, 14, 15 in the 9th grade, worried about why Robert don't like you and why he all up on Christina? Like, girl, let's graduate high school first.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
How do you feel about a woman from 25 and up? You feel the same way?
Yes.
How about 30 and up?
I can't explain.
Oh, I'm sorry. Woo! I'm going somewhere with this thing.
I can tell.
Whatever.
Whether it's 25 or 30, once you've done everything you're supposed to do as a minor, graduate, all that good stuff, continue to focus on you, but be open to a partner. Don't go looking. Let one come to you. Don't chase, attract. That thing right there. So you could be open to it. You could have your little dilly dallies. What they call them? My little yeah. You got your little yes, but don't ever make that little yeah your main focus. Don't ever put that little yeah on a pedestal and put that little yeah before your business or your mental health or anything like that.
I give you.
For 25 and up.
I give you that.
Yeah, I know.
But that's your belief, though.
Yeah.
You're entitled to your
opinion.
Right. So, at what age do you plan to get married?
I don't plan to get married, but I don't plan to not get married either. I have a very screwed outlook on marriage because out of the 6 or 7 aunts and uncles total that I have, I only remember one of them still being married. Everybody else was divorced or never been married. My parents got divorced when I was like 10. I've seen a lot of things. I've seen my parents do a lot of things, and I just have a very screwed vision on relationships and marriage. I really don't believe that I have to walk down the aisle and sign a piece of paper just to prove to you that I love you. If I love you, I can just love you. We can just be together. And then what if in 5 years we decide we don't want to be together? Now I have to pay $30,000 to get away from you? That's weird, in my opinion. So I don't see myself getting married. I don't plan to get married. But I'm not going to turn it down either, because who knows? I might meet somebody that makes me have those feelings.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
So tell us about your brands. Like, what are the names of them?
My brands?
Yes.
Well, personal training, just personal training.
Mm-hmm.
Holla at me. My Instagram is @TheReal Rose Ferguson. Not spelled weird, no underscores, no periods. Hit me up in Cobb County. Only in Cobb County. Do not hit me up if you're trying to train in Decatur or something. I'm not doing that.
It's the boardroom. It's okay.
Yeah, right? As far as the Pink Mic, that is my motivational podcast. If you like the conversation we're having today, if you're peeping my personality, you're fucking with it, definitely tap in on my Instagram. Again, it's @TheReal Rose Ferguson, because that's where I'm going to be posting them. Modeling, again, Instagram. I guess I should have like a email, DM for booking, but hit me up on IG, or you can even hit up Face. If you need models, let me know.
So what's some of the topics that you're going to be covering in your podcast? The Pink Mic. I like that name too.
Why, thank you. We have a pink mic on the way. It's not really a main topic. I guess the main topic would be life. The things you go through. How you got through them. How they affected you. How you changed. Do you see these, like, when you see other people going through it, how do you help them? How do you feel they should be helped? What do you want to do to help them? Let's get those helping started, Might mess around, step out, do charitable events. I know I used to get into that, getting back into it. So, not really anything I'm tunnel vision on. Just a wide range of things. We're not going to talk about celebrities. No, this ain't the shade room, but yeah. We're going to keep it realistic on the Pink Mic. We're going to get deep. Open up some wounds.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, might fuck around and heal your inner child. So, yeah. Oh, that kind of podcast. Might want to tap in.
That sound deep.
Oh, real deep. Ain't no filter on this podcast. No filter whatsoever.
Okay. Well, we are so happy to have you today. Before you go, can you leave us with some encouraging words?
Ooh, encouraging words. I have so many. Encouraging words. I want to dig deep in something that you haven't seen on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Let me think. You are never alone. It may feel lonely. It may get lonely. You might not have no one to talk to. But as long as you can bow your head and get on your knees and talk to God, you will never, ever be alone. That man will be there for you no matter what, no matter who, no matter where, no matter how. God is really the main reason why I am here where I am today, why I have accomplished all the things I have accomplished in this moment, and why I'm going to continue to accomplish things. So if you're ever feeling down, you're ever feeling alone, just close your eyes and talk to God.
Alright, and tell us your social media one more time.
Instagram, I am only on Instagram. You will not find me anywhere else. It is at The Real Rose Ferguson. The only thing you're going to have trouble with spelling is Ferguson, and it's Ferguson. I'm going to put it right here, and hopefully, it comes up. So yeah, follow me for modeling, personal training, rental properties, all that.
Alright, y'all heard of The Real Rose Ferguson was in the building with us. It's another boardroom interview, man. I'll see y'all next time.